I'll just start this print off near the beginning like I always do. This is an 83mm tall Charmander Pokemon. My buddy wants to put a bunch of them for his son or something. I'm printing at 70mm a second at 2500mm a second acceleration. I'm actually down 10% of the speed, just cause if you want to see what 100% of the original speed was, then we'll do this. This is what 2500mm a second acceleration looks like at 70mm second print speed. Ouch. Bed just smacked me. Let me keep my hands off. Modified GeeeTech A10m. Only modifications, single color. No modifications for this one. But it will probably get some external MOSFET for the heat bed. I don't know if I'll bother with TL smoothers in this or not. Charmander has it. They either do something or they don't. They never make the quality worse. So it's one of those things where if you put them in there and you don't really notice the quality difference, then you know, whatever's leaving in there. Because I noticed a bit of a quality difference, like better, when I put 4 in my ender. I have them on every axis, X, Y, Z, and E, even though you should only really have one X, Y, Z. I definitely would not knock this printer. I like it. The 2-in-1 hot end, some people don't have issues with them. Me, I just always had issues with, if I was running 100% blue and I had red on the other side, no matter what I did, no matter how much I purged it, I'd always get a little bit of red transfer onto the blue side, or a little blue onto the red side, even if I was 100% one or the other. Right? Or the fact that you always had to have 2 colors in there, even if you wanted to print one, but then you'd still get some weird color mixing. Like I'd print 100% blue with yellow on the other side, and some of the prints would come with this weird greeny color, and it would have the odd yellow string going through it and stuff. Constantly get blocks. It just wasn't a well thought out design. Like, it's just cross-drilled. It's essentially 2 holes coming straight down like this, meeting up with a hole that goes this way, and then just in the center where the nozzle goes, they just drilled up one. That's in the center. So really, the GeeeTech hot end is essentially 2 Bowden tubes into a block. This would be the block, and on the bottom, let's see what else do I got. Your nozzle screws up into a little thing right in the center, and that's it. There's no like nice little Y angle or any of that stuff. It's just cross-drilled. If you look at the actual tube, that's why there's 2 grub screws on either side of the block. And you take a grub screw out, and there's another grub screw behind it, and then behind that there's a ball bearing little blocker. And there's one on this side, a ball bearing, then a grub screw, then a grub screw. So that's why they block so much, because there's no way, there's no Y in here. It just goes one down, straight across, and then one down again. There's no nice little transitions like this, nothing. It's just straight down, over, straight down, over, and then straight down, all 90-degree angles. Now you know why you get the jimming and the issues you do in the hot ends. That's for the 2019 2-into-1. I don't know if they changed it all recently or whatever, but none of the newer hot ends I've bought anytime soon have had them, because everyone's like, oh, the hot ends are fine, just buy another one and try it out. I bought another one, same crap. No matter what I try, I always get issues with them. Took the discs out, put the discs in, a number of things. I've had people, like, I went online and asked questions about it, right? And I've had people link my own YouTube video back to me and go, oh, here, this video explains how to take the backflow discs out and where they are and what they do and this and this and this. And I laugh because I'm like, hey, you just linked me to my own YouTube page. And they're like, what? You made that video? I'm like, yep. I'm like, if you go to the YouTube page, you can, like, you know, hear my voice and listen to me, and I can, you know, tell you all the different things about, you know, things about my printers or whatever else. It was my page. It's just kind of funny that, you know, in a response to my question, I get linked back to my own YouTube video, which I made when I first bought this printer, when I first tore the hot end apart trying to figure out what the heck was wrong with it. But it is what it is. Listen to that go. I was just playing with Pronterface, or Pronterface? I always say that wrong. Pronterface, and just changed the acceleration settings on my Ender from the 500, I think, to 2000. You do not need to change it in the firmware. You can send G-code to your printer. So for people that say you can only change your accelerations through firmware, that's bullshit. Absolute BS, guys. Learn how to use G-code. If you don't know how to use G-code to send commands to your printer, and hit what is it, M503, or M500, sorry, M503 displays what the printer's settings currently are. M500 saves to your EEPROM. So, I'll go over to the computer in a second here and just showed you what I meant. So in case anybody else needs to adjust settings on their Ender or any other printer, like say if you go from a stock style extruder like what's on the Ender, right, to a geared style one like this, then you have to adjust all your E-steps, right? So you can do all that through Pronterface. You don't need to go into the firmware or redo your firmware for it. You can just hook your printer to your computer and send a couple of G-code commands and be done with it. No messing with your firmware, have to dink around with stuff. But I think this shows enough of this printer going the speed it is. I'll make another little video of it when it's later on in the print. This is only 10% through, so we're not going to sit here for the whole 2 hours 45 minutes. Alright, well here, we'll make my way over to the computer. Sorry about the view of the floor here. Got the computer chair. Alright. This is Pronterface. Okay. So, you hook your computer to it. When I first sent the first command, you go down to the bottom here, you go M204. Hit M204. That's because I had enter up top. Okay, M204. Enter. Sending it. Okay, it comes back as my print acceleration is 2000. My retract is 1000. My travel 2000. Where that used to be 500, 1,500, or 500, 500, 500, or something like that. It wasn't 2000. But this is how you would do it. So if you wanted to send it, you would up here. So how I did it, since I'm writing the G code all over again, I'll just show you. Okay. So what I did is that when I typed it in at first, I hit M204 and it displayed 1500, 1000, 1500. So then I essentially did M204 with a space. And you go P2000 or whatever number you want. So if you want to set to 2000, you go 2000.00. Or you go 3000.00. Then you go I usually go, my retract is usually, acceleration is half or 1/3 of my print and travel speed acceleration. And then you go T for travel, 2000.00, and you hit enter. And what it will do is it'll send all that. Then you hit M500. M500 will store everything. Then you just hit it with a bare M204 again. It'll come up and it'll display the changes you just made. So after the 1500, 1000, 1500, and I put the 2000, 1000, 2000 into it, and then I hit the M500 to save it, it saves it to the EEPROM. Then what you do is you hit it with an M204 again to read the EEPROM, to display back the changes you just made, which would be 2000, 1000, 2000. So then from there, that's that. All you really do is turn your printer off, unplug it, plug it back in, reconnect, and then hit M204 again. And if the numbers still come up the same, 2000, 1000, 2000, you know they're saved in the EEPROM, and it won't have to do this every single time. So now you just changed all your settings for acceleration. If you need any help using Prontophase to change other things like E-steps and stuff, mention in the comments or message me through the YouTube page and I'll give you a hand. I don't mind. I'm all down for helping people get their printers running better than what they currently are for them. Alright, like, subscribe, help me beat this algorithm. Alright, I appreciate it, thanks.